the audience tends to look at it like, and then when it's over, they say, wow, what did we just see? And that's the same reaction Apocalypse used to get. I got into cinema because I loved a certain film I saw, and I decided to go into film. I mean, I was very poor. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a girlfriend. I had nothing, and then all of a sudden I became famous.
The winner is Francis Ford Coppola for The Godfather Part 2.
And all that was boiling around in my mind as who was I really as a filmmaker. I thought to myself, what is my style? You know, will I have a style, or maybe my style is that I have no style? I didn't know. So after I made Rainmaker, I really sort of retired for a while, and it didn't work anymore. And then gradually, about a little later, I began to decide that what I really wanted to do was to make a Roman epic, because there always had been, from the first day of cinema, they were making Roman epics, and even in my lifetime, Kubrick made Spartacus.
You know, my only other choice is Rome.
I started to realize that, well, America is Rome. So what if I made a Roman epic about America, modern America as Rome? And of course, everyone I told that about said, what do you want to do that for? That's the stupidest thing we ever heard. You know, if you make a Roman epic, make it about Rome. Or if you want to make something about America, make it about America. But to combine them doesn't make sense. I said, I don't know. I think it would be interesting.
When does an empire die? Does it collapse in one terrible moment?
I didn't have the money for it, but when I started, I had offices in Brooklyn. And when I started shooting second unit, just on my own dime, without figuring I would get the money. And that's when 9/11 happened, and there was this tremendous trauma for our country.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I always wanted this Megalopolis movie to be about a utopia, about a world of happiness and creativity, and now there was Islamic terrorism, so I realized I couldn't make it. I tried to write it out. I had a story, the character Claudio went to a lot of Islamic cells, but it didn't work, and I abandoned it. My career has always been, I work on something until it becomes impossible or I hate it. I abandon it, and then I work on something else, and I work on that until I abandon it, and then I go back to the one I had abandoned and say, that's not so bad, and I'm always doing one movie late. So now here I am. I'm not going to make Megalopolis. It's hopeless. I started working on something else, but I wanted to. I was very. You may remember pictures of me. I was much fatter, and I decided that I would try to lose weight. I went to this place in North Carolina to lose weight, and as I'm doing all the exercises and stuff, I started to listen to the different actors reading the Megalopolis script. And then I said, well, maybe I could make it. And so when I got out of that situation, I decided I would just borrow the money and make it. And that's how I came to make the film.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, welcome.
It was such a collaboration with the actors. They were so helpful and so wonderful. But of course, I was making it in Georgia, which is where all the Marvel pictures, so many of my crew was on Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. So I had a conflict between not wanting it to look like a Marvel picture, and that caused some hurt feelings. And ultimately, I fired one art director, and then there was all that. Oh, there's chaos on the set, but it was just chaos on the people who were unhappy with it, not the people who were happy, which was the actors. A lot of my friends and peers think I'm a little crazy, to do what I do. We all get gifts. We're all, human beings are extraordinary, and we all get gifts. You've gotten gifts. You don't always get the gift you want, however. And so therefore, I don't have the ability to just see it like all there in my eyes. But I was given the energy to rewrite it 100 times if I have to, or a good imagination that if I can't have what I want, to think of something else. Another gift is that my work tends to be prescient. In other words, it happens in a few years. Like when I was saying to people, I want to make a film about America as Rome, that sounded like, what do you want to do that for? And now they say, yeah, America is like Rome. We're about to have an election. We may lose our republic. Even when I made the conversation about eavesdropping, it wasn't 10 years later when there was Watergate. As you know, a lot of my films are still being seen even 40 years later, and that's because they tend to anticipate the future. It isn't like another movie. A little bit you say, what the hell is it? What kind of movie is this? Well, it broke all the rules. But, sometimes art breaks the rules. So my hope is that over time, it will survive the test of time.